The biggest problem with it is what it always is. How do you deal with the Constantinople issue, right? I can't go. I mean, I don't go through enough of the George policy, the mannequin. There's a few other SCPs for it. 106 popping through a pocket universe. It's a marshmallow experiment thing of Mouse Ecotopia Pavlog. I gotta watch a read technique from the cameras as if there's an investigator, and I gotta make sure I bang on the door to make sure that officer doesn't ask that question. They've been doing it for a long time, but every once in a while you miss some stuff, or you just forget you saying something like that, but then the Miranda rights come back around, you catch it in the ear, and it's like, all right, get in the squad car. Two is my limit. If I do it once more, I'm gonna get in trouble, and it comes back around on you. Mm. Mm. Well, what do you do? Obviously, try to avoid eating lunch while you're having a conversation with the kill agent, director, district attorney, or judge, or whatever Eagle is going to claim out. Thought, Serpent Library, Wandsman. You just bar. You're the Eagle bar. But you can probably do physical work. That's not what I'm claiming. We're people, so. When you do the judges, though, we get back to this Constantinople issue of like, well, personally, I gotta learn how to do the judge's job, see what the limits are. We doing speeding tickets, felonies, misdemeanors? Is there, the small claims court? There's the civil court. There's the appeals court. There's some kind of level where I gotta watch a judge specifically. Grading rock is a great example. You're never going to learn how to grade rock until I kind of show you how to do it. If I just commission you to pick rocks in a field and put them in a pile, well, that's a form of it that's going to break down to T. And T is real important about not watching a speeding ticket case, but understanding the time of that speed. That's going to be generally fixed after I've added them all up out of the case study here. And watching the judge, because I don't want to have to go through their backlog of old cases. Excuse me. And truly go beyond what the initial cause was, and therefore any in the backlog of cases, because that's what happens. You catch a Supreme Court judge doing something, have it turned over, and then you got to go through their history of cases to make sure that they ruled correctly, at least in the field. Again, it wouldn't be an issue unless it was a speeding ticket thing consistently about the system's misprogram. Parity code, or parity error, Hamming code. Something in the ones and zeros isn't working out right. And so you got to use that in a smaller case study. It becomes the Constantinople soldiers to do it. Even if I was an outside civilian, I'd probably want to have call at the ability to look upon those cases, do the lag work, and physically argue if it's not lag work, then where in the event is it supposed to happen next, and look at the docket to say that's when one of these cases is going to come up, so then we'll do it there for observation. The easiest scientific method, 3 mean we can get down to the bottom of it. But again, how many times round robin can I do that before I get into the civil argument of, well, who's going to do that job at the end? Well, again, with enough case studies and using them as the catalyst, again, it's a clemency parlay issue there, back to Pirates Island of it all. The trade routes start coming in. East India's got, even their slaves or pirates are starting to turn into security elements at this point in time, or it's going the other way, which could be fine. That's not really the issue here. Again, we're saying the people to Constantinople, the position, the post, would normally be an elected for judge type of standard, but I need some type of secondary protocol in there as far as an emergency response. But I don't want to have a Constantinople issue beyond somebody that's truly going to go to be the winner of that evaluation, whether it be the backlog Serpent Library stuff, the active read technique ability, because you're sitting in as an investigator AI on an investigation, whether it be in the room or from the cameras. And both are valid techniques because they're both A1 standards before somebody's going to say, well, that's just going to break the rules. It's going to, well, of course. It's probative that there's somebody in there like that. And that's the job. This is the meat grinder. It's you versus Chuck. So pay attention.